Hello, love. Welcome to the Libran Key. It has been a very hot minute. I am coming in to share a message for you as we move into the calendar month of February. Imolc, if you celebrate, but also just in general, the energies during this time right now with the shifts and changes that are taking place. Going to do a little bit of a collective update because something very specific is coming through. I'm recording this January 31st. It is a Friday, 2025. A very prosperous, revealing, loving, joyful 2025 calendar year for you. It is a 9-year. We're going to be closing out many different cycles this year, and you probably have already been feeling it. That is part of the reason why I have been slightly AWOL. And I'm not going to say, completely without leave, in the sense that things have been shifting with regard to where the channel is going. So that was one thing, but also just the fact that many different changes are taking place, shifts are taking place. In my personal life, the same thing. Soon you will see that the environment is going to be a little different in here, and then indifferent in just totally different in general. Interesting. The word indifferent also coming through there. That's significant because there's something here with the energies and how they're working that's really asking us to look at the energy of indifference. Actually, they're even prompting me right now. I'm just going to look it up. I've got my laptop here in front of me. Indifferent. I want to look at the etymology of that word. I'm just very, very interested to see what's coming. One of my favorite sites. Not everything I've checked out here pans out. 234 on the counter as I say that. Progress. Moving forward. But one of the beautiful things about Etym Online is that, and I can link this in the description box below, is basically they give you a history here that goes way, way back, and they even look at specific words and how the meaning of those words has changed depending on our timelines and time frames. But the word indifferent here from the late 14th century is unbiased, impartial, not preferring one to the other, alike or equal, from the Old French indifferent, impartial, or directly from Latin indifferentem, not differing, not particular, of no consequence, neither good nor evil. Okay, so this is a direct, Spirit brought through that word because this is a direct connection to unity consciousness, of being able to take the third perspective as well. What they're showing me is the cosmic perspective or the cosmic mind. Ever since that, ever since we experienced the conjunction of Pluto and the Sun, I can't remember what day it was exactly. Everything is just all whoop. Time-wise, it's another thing that might be happening and you might be experiencing is that just it's feeling like one eternal now moment. It's also really hard to differentiate what was yesterday, what's tomorrow, what's now, okay? Time, it seems like it's just almost like condensing, but at the same time expanding, okay? So coming back to this word indifferent, and this is going to go in a little bit to the message that wants to come through. Bear with me because I really don't know how long this message will be. It has been a very hot minute, like I said, and I will give an update closer to the end of the video and the messages as to what's going on with the channel. And also I will post that One of the things that I will be doing moving forward, by the way, is doing a lot more in the community area of YouTube, posting there as well. So please make sure if you want to stay on top of these things, or at least know when something is up, because there could be other things that I might want to bring through that community page that are not necessarily a video, to click on that lovely little bell, because then this way you won't miss any kind of post or anything like that. I am working with a schedule and a timeline moving forward for the videos. That has yet to be finalized though, and I will probably end up doing that within the next week or so, okay? So, coming back to this energy of indifferent, it's this idea of impartiality, of alike, of impartiality in the third sense perspective, in the third perspective sense. And what I'm hearing them say to me is the sixth sense. Because one of the biggest things that we're going to be experiencing this month, moving into the calendar month of February, is a lot of testing of discernment. If you haven't already been experiencing that, because that's just like, it's just going to be more and more upkick of this, okay? Specifically, I heard Spirit bring through the words divine knowledge, wisdom, and justice. And by the way, the biggest thing that I forgot to mention here is that this reading is specifically for looking at this month ahead, February, the trajectory, the timeline that is in alignment with the highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest truth of the Elsh, collective empaths, lightworkers, starseeds, healers, awakened and awakening souls, okay? So I want to be very specific about that. This is for those of us who resonate with that for the month of February, okay? Truths revealed for our highest and greatest good and the healing of the collective. I heard all the world's a stage, okay? More practices of discernment, micro to the macro, and back again. So, okay, perfect. And they want me to stop there. They also were bringing through the word elude and elusive, okay? Which I have already open here. And I just want to read what's really interesting about elusive. Is they give the on Edom Online here, the definition is hard to grasp or confine. From 1719, from Latin elus, the past participle that stems from eludere, elude, frustrate. Notice how this also sounds like illusion or illuminate. Okay? There's a trickster quality that Spirit was sort of giving me with this, because one of the verb definitions of this is to delude or make a fool of, from the 1530s, okay? Also, finish, play, win at play, escape from or parry, a blow, like deke, like, you know, any of you guys remember that? Like any of you, you know, guys and gals, remember that? Deke in hockey, okay? I'm thinking of the Mighty Ducks now. That is a very specific reference, maybe for somebody here. Okay, the movie, The Mighty Ducks, that started, and the Mighty Ducks, the hockey team, okay? Okay, interesting, because ducks are part of this, is what they're showing me. The fact that ducks are really resilient and connected to the water, and there's something about the duck, hold on, very, very specific coming through here. Oh my goodness. Okay. And this is one of the things that in ancient Egypt I have read the ducks were revered for, considered very, almost like psychic shadow workers, okay? They were able to go in the water and they'd never really get wet. Duck feathers are really fascinating in that way. I would think a lot of feathers are kind of like that for a lot of waterfowl, okay? And they're saying, oh my God, How we use the word foul and how that sounds like foul smelling or fool. Okay, and there's also this thing here with regard to, oh my goodness, there's a saying for this, and I don't know exactly how it goes, but we have it in Greek. I don't even know if we have something similar in English where it's like, you can't mask the smell of a dead fish, right? We say in Greek specifically αυτοκεφάλι μυρίζει, I think, which is like talking about the head. You can tell from the head. Okay, so there's something significant in that, right? And this energy of justice coming through again, because what they're showing me is that the head is connected to the mental body, swords energy, and justice, divine knowledge, wisdom, and justice. Okay, so working with a lot of water and air energy this month. This is the first thing as we get 10 minutes into this, working with air and water energy this month for the month of February is significant. And I'm even being shown making an intention at Imulk or the beginning of the month to work with those elementals. If that resonates for you, if you resonate with any kind of pagan practices, witchy practices, all of that stuff, okay? You don't need to resonate with any of these either. You could just work with these elements, okay? Work with Mother Earth. I was getting Mama Gaia coming in quite a bit off and on for this. She's coming in along with Spirit, really for this message, okay? Also, the next thing has to do with, so we're talking about ducks here, right? And the duck's ability to go into the psychic realms, into the water, but come out unscathed, okay? Meaning that the water does not remain on its feathers. It stays light. Now I'm being shown the scales of Ma'at and this concept of the feather being light as a feather, your heart being light as a feather, and how this is all connected to the indifference in the sense of the third perspective. So watching what is playing out in your environment around you as all the world's a stage, okay? And I believe the next part of that, quote from Shakespeare is, and us mere players upon it, or something to that effect, right? Because the deeper thing that's going on here with regard to this indifference being synonymous with unity consciousness is micro to the macro and back again. And specifically what Spirit brought through here was appearances being deceiving, the energy of illusion, but that also reflecting disclosure, and again, being reflected from the micro to the macro specifically. So the more disclosure we choose in our lives, the more disclosure that we choose to have within our own journeys, the more truth that we seek within ourselves, okay, the more that will be disclosed at the microcosmic level, the more that we will begin to see that and feel that more specifically across the collective, okay? I'm working with the energy here of Peacock Ore, and what's interesting is that I see your true colors shining now. They didn't tell me why, now they told me. So there you go. Okay, the energy of the peacock. This is also about being true to yourself. I'm being shown again, very often with a peacock for some reason. Okay, and this could be a spirit animal that you could also work with, and also the duck for this month. Very often the peacock, when I see it come through, that the Nine of Pentacles card comes through for me, because in the Nine of Pentacles card, specifically from the Mystic Mondays deck is what I want to say here, by Grace Duong, that Mystic Mondays Nine of Pentacles card has a peacock on it. And I always see it as, now I'm hearing living in the lap of luxury. Wasn't that a song from like the 90s? So the luxury of your own being is what I'm hearing. I'm getting a lot of Taurian energy and Empress energy coming through with that as well. Being very comfortable in your body, being very comfortable in who you are, being authentic to who you are. Understanding that you will then mirror, you in doing that, in, what's the word here? It's not taking responsibility for it. It's in embracing that and living by that like a code, because I keep on getting the justice card coming through and like divine law, like you, this energy of you making that your divine law. You will begin to see that being reflected in the environment around you. So Peacock Ore is a really beautiful energy to work with, to bring out your true colors, to understand also how multifaceted you are. And there's also something protective in this. Coming back to this energy of when you are in your authenticity, when you are not hiding anything, okay? And when I say that, I mean specifically through fear. It's one thing, interestingly enough, because remember, everything is on a spectrum, right? It's one thing to consciously protect and not want to reveal things, right? But it's another thing to live in this energy of fear, of being seen, hiding, of wanting to avoid things because you know, if you go there, and this is coming back to shadow work, because there's a lot of purging going on collectively. So that's being reflected back at us too. It goes both ways, right? Like I'm seeing the lemniscate here. This energy of in and out, and that's not, I'm not saying that in terms of being trapped in a cycle, okay? This goes back to unity consciousness and seeing the world as a mirror, okay? I'm going to end it there. I'm going to pop a few cards now. I'm not going to be too long with this reading, okay? Spirit just wanted me to come in and give some like boop, boop, some pops of energy for you possibly to be working with this month, okay? Like I said, more messages will be coming through for the month of February, as it's gonna kind of be, we're coming back to regular programming, but it's not going to be regular in any way. Some things will, but other things won't. I don't have the box in front of me. I don't have the box in front of me, but this is the Everyday Witch Tarot. I'm using the mini deck, 1717 on the counter. Yeah, so Spirit wants to bring through the energy of the Star card here, the energy of renewal and baptism. We are in Aquarius season. That is the Star card. There's something about Aquarian energy that they also want me to touch upon here with regard to, yes, how sometimes we will describe Aquarius as being aloof or indifferent or elusive. That energy can be very much that way, right? But it's also really good to remember that there's a reason for that. Where is that coming from at a deeper level? And again, they're saying to me, cosmic consciousness, okay? We are moving into that energy now a lot more palpably. Since the beginning of the year, this has been happening, right? Since Christmas, it's felt like that. But with this, the conjunction that we had between, you know, wasn't it right around that full moon as well? When did we have that conjunction? It's going to drive me nuts now. But anyway, well, we had the conjunction with Pluto and the Sun in Aquarius. Big deal. Okay. It's really, I'm hearing catapulting. I'm literally seeing a catapult. Oh, now, and that catapult rock is turning into like a comet. Like it's turning into cosmic energy. Now I'm just seeing a bunch of shooting stars in the sky. Coming back to this energy of Aquarius, this is what's happening right now. Also, solar flares, definitely a thing. I have not been checking that. I think I really should be. Lots of ear ringing. That could be another thing that you're experiencing, okay? Ascension symptoms are happening. I've been speaking to people who just felt exhausted. Please take the care that you need, but understand that a lot is being purged and also frequency is shifting. So you're actually able to bounce back a lot more easily and quickly. But Spirit's saying to me, that's provided you are being truthful and authentic with yourself, that you're not making excuses for yourself. Yeah, Mama Gaia also coming in for that. Three of Swords. For some reason, this is coming through like we need more rest. Oh, this is about tending to the heart space. What they're giving me with the Three of Swords, I'm hearing the word amalgamation, the energy of amalgamation at the heart space. Okay, heart activation is another thing that's been happening. But there's this back and forth energy because the mind is being purged. The mind is being purged of limiting beliefs around the heart and around love, okay? This could also be, because this is a, minor arcana, the pips. This could also be, you're really seeing this play out in the micro for you, specifically in your day-to-day with certain relationships, but it doesn't feel heavy. Well, I'm getting the energy of a crocodile coming through. That's connected to the mother. So there could be reminders here of something to do with the mother and the mother line, but you're far along enough in your journey where it may be feeling like it's slightly, now, that's what Spirit's giving me. It's like, now what you need to deal with, now. You're not expecting anything differently from this other person, from this mother figure, from this energy, this relationship, whatever it is, but it's not dragging you down the way it used to. Oh, wow. 10 of Pentacles, because you're creating your own life. You're creating your own life. This is also a nod to family that you're making through friends, okay? The family that you create, okay? Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Oh, yeah. Dragon energy as well. That's another thing. We're officially as well in the Lunar New Year of the Snake, the Chinese Lunar New Year of the Snake too. So this is going to be another big thing that's going to be coming through. If you haven't seen that as well already. Okay, anything else you want me to pop, Spirit, from this? Archangel Raphael wants to come through now for a moment here. Okay, bringing in the energy of the rose lineage as well. The sacred geometry of the rose. Heart healing and heart activation. Okay, they want me to pop from the Priestess of Light Oracle, which I have right here, which I got just a little while ago, and I absolutely love this deck. Got a message coming up on my, okay. Messages of healing, specifically what he's bringing in for that. I'm getting the energy of Mama Gaia coming in for that as well. Very specifically for the empath journey and the empath collective coming through for that too, okay. Heart healing, physical healing, energetic healing. He's showing me the energy of green and gold, working with those rays. Oh, funny enough, look at the back of this deck. Yeah, very much that. What's here? Soul Radiance, Phoenix Rising, number 53 at the bottom of the deck. They want me to shuffle for a moment here. This is what's happening. Oh, that was fast. This is what's happening. Like, Phoenix Rising, that's the number 8. So moving from the 8 to the 9 specifically is what they're showing me with that individual transformation for that. Okay, 22, telepathy, transmission, perception, and communication. The wolf energy really sticking out to me in that. Okay, number 22 is a master number. Whether you see it popping up, whether it's 22, 222, 2222, the energy of the number 4, I'm hearing the 4 corners, I'm seeing Mama Gaia, I'm seeing the glyph of Mother Earth, right? The circle with the cross in it, stability. Getting the energy of, funny enough, I'm getting the energy of the Emperor, that is key 4 in the tarot, but really the Empress. This is divine feminine healing. Okay. That's specifically what they want to bring through. They're actually telling me right now that this is specifically for the divine feminine healing line on Mama Gaia. Take that however it resonates. This is something they actually want me to do moving forward, is what they're showing me. To give specifics on that. The divine feminine consciousness is what they're showing me. Kind of like with empath consciousness, the same thing. Thank you for that. Yeah. Okay. Activations is what they're saying to me. Transmissions, perception. So the perception is the third perspective again, coming through. Shifts in unity consciousness happening for the collective as well. Big shifts. Oh man. Okay. Rainbow activations, rainbow bodies coming through again for that. This is somehow also connected to rainbow children. I'm not exactly sure though what that, yeah, because they're saying to me, I'm hearing the rainbow children archetype can be embodied by anybody, any soul. There's something in this that is very, like completely busting out of preconceived notions of the things we have around these type of ideas, around consciousness. But specifically, they're giving me like, because, you know, a lot of people who aren't part of this Elsh collective, these souls are spiritual. It's also going to be that. It's going to be in concepts of spirituality and consciousness. Also finding our tribe with the wolf spirit coming through there. There's an energy that reminds me of Aktemi there, and also Ekati. So the archetype, the goddess Artemis, and Hecate, or Hecate, as people like to say. In Greek, it's Ekati, okay? The etymology for her name is, and this is connected to Artemis as well, because Ekati was also used as an epithet for Artemis, so you would hear references to Aktemi Ekati together, okay? It's, they're saying to me, just say far-seeing. All connected to Apollo, Artemis, that whole etymology, again, words, big here, okay? That's something that's also going to be coming through a lot more. Oh my goodness, we have 2 wolves here. Yeah. We've also got, oh my goodness, we have 21 and 22. Okay. Guide, the illuminated path. There are 2 wolves, 1 wolf there and 1 wolf here. Wolf energy being very big for the month of February. Didn't we just have a wolf moon, or a reference to a wolf moon? In certain indigenous cultures, do they not refer to a wolf moon? That could be a nod to that. So again, we're getting lunar energy coming through here big time, okay? They want me to read from the book for guide. Portal. This is number 1 in that deck. Portal. Infinite mind, awakening consciousness. This is, oh my goodness, this is like, if we could summarize everything that's going on right now, this is it. There's a portal in February. There are always kind of portals happening, but they're specifically showing me the beginning of February, Imolk. They're showing me the energy of the moon as well, okay? Something being connected to that. All right, let's read number 21. Also, progress is being made. That's something that's being confirmed here with the 21 and the 22. They did come out this way. So I'm also getting mirroring energy, but also going back to cover some bases to come back again. Not a bad thing, okay? If you think like, oh my God, I'm going like, I thought I already did this. Why do I need to go back and do that again? Blah, blah, blah. I'm kind of getting like a retrograde energy with that, funny enough, like covering your bases, or I'm hearing covering your ass, like around something. I'm literally seeing somebody taking a towel and covering their butt. What is that, spirit? Protection. Having your own back is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing the peacock energy again. The butt, the fan. Oh, this goes back to being authentic. And it's connected to this. Okay, the illuminated path. I'm gonna hold that up when I read it. That is the energy. I just flipped open to 12, okay? 21, 12. Again, there's something is going on here with regard to mirroring. It's almost like taking on this third perspective in a very detached way, which is good. This doesn't mean being cold. It's like when you're watching a movie and there's all this drama being thrown at you, and you can see it and you see how it's playing out, but you're very aware that it's actually not real. It's not real. And so when you observe that in that way, you're not as affected by it. You don't get caught up in it, essentially, is what Spirit is saying here. You don't get caught up in it. And they're showing me someone, I'm actually seeing somebody at the gym who's observing from a distance, people doing things. This could be any place though, but I'm seeing observation from a distance and looking at everything like it's a play, playing out in front of you. And observing your own reactions, observing your own thoughts. This goes back to that 3 of Swords again. Something in the mental body. Observing your own actions, observing your own thoughts, and remaining in your sovereignty. Remaining in your sovereignty. Taking that third perspective and seeing it from a much broader picture. And also seeing how other people's behavior that you might be quick to judge, where is that reflected in you? And I know that that's not always fun to do, but this is what we signed up for. Okay, the Priestess guide on this card illuminates the path ahead with her right hand, the hand of action. On her left hand, the side of receiving, a wolf offers her guidance as well. So I'm also getting with this a lot of 7 energy, balancing the intuition with the intellect, action with repose, with reception. Perception is also a part of this too, okay? The wolf is a symbol of strength and freedom, and this is the core of the message on this card, strength and freedom. I'm also hearing, especially in relationships, funny enough, because Spirit really just illuminated. Third perspective again, literally looking at it from a world perspective, right? In that image, okay. You are free to create the path that lies before you, and you have the strength to see it through, no matter which one you may take. It's time to seek the wisdom of your own inner guide. Meditate and ask if a new or different direction regarding business, family, or personal matters is called for. Then muster up the courage and self-trust to take the necessary steps forward. This card could indicate the coming of a new teacher into your life. It may be someone who advises you in specific personal areas, such as education, nutrition, or finances. I'm also going to insert here spirituality, okay? Or it could be someone who pursues a more spiritual path. That's the next line. Let yourself be open to the guidance and inspiration such new teachers can bring, together with the wisdom of your own inner voice. You will find the path before you becoming illuminated, and you will be ready to take your next steps with the clarity and purpose your eternal life deserves. Affirmation. I direct my own destiny in every way. I open myself to the loving guidance I receive from others within the universe and from within. From others, from the universe, and from within. But I did say within the universe, so there could be something there that's important to you. Also, I'm hearing don't be afraid to get your hands dirty if you need to, right? In a good way, in the positive way of doing the work that needs to get done, being responsible in that. I'm hearing taking ownership of that, but I'm talking about ownership here in the highest sense of, in that highest octave of sovereignty and responsibility. Goes right back to this energy here, okay? Also possibly working with dragon energy, again in a dragon guide. We also got the black cat here as well too, okay? Spirit animals, big time, really wanting to come through for this. I'm going to leave it there. You're going to see me soon. I won't be super long coming back this time, but like I said, I have been going through some personal shifts a lot of stuff in the mundane that needs to get done as well. That's taking up a lot of my time because things are moving quickly. So there's that as well. Also moving forward, like I said, within the next week or so, it is, like I said, January 31st. By next week, next Friday, this entire channel will be updated in terms of what we are doing here moving forward, okay? I'm going to love you and say goodbye here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your time and energy with us in this space. Thank you to Archangel Raphael, to Mama Gaia, to Spirit for bringing through these beautiful messages of support for us, for our highest and greatest good and in our highest and greatest truth. Sending you so much love wherever you are, in love and liberation, always.